Impressionism art. What do we mean by Impressionism art? Impressionism art started during 1860, specifically in Paris, France. This was originated by Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and Edouard Monet. During 1863, Impressionism art were not allowed to participate in salon. Actually, once we talk about salon, it's not an art exhibit. It's like a museum where sell and show their artworks to show their talent. Sad to say, the Paris Salon were not allowed Impressionism artists to participate into the exhibit. Despite those challenges, we didn't give up. That's why, during 1873, they organized an organization that named Societés des Artistes Independentes, meaning in English is the Society of Independent Artists. This organization was meant to spread and broaden the ideas of Impressionism art because they want to prove that their art is a form or art.
Sunrise by Claude Monet. The famous painting Impression Sunrise was created as seen in the port of Le Havre. Monet depicts a mist which provides a hazy background to the peace seat in the French harbor. The orange and yellow hues contrast brilliantly with the dark vessels where little, if any detail is immediately visible to the audience. It is a striking and candid work that shows the smaller boats in the foreground almost being propelled along by the movement of the water. This has once again been achieved by separate brush strokes that also shows various colors.
This painting shows working class people enjoying themselves. A painting with many different observations and vibrant colors on one surface. It makes the eye jump around the many forms of activities taking place.
So, my report is about water lilies. Water lilies is another earlier work of Monet of his water lily garden. This painting contains warmer colors than most of his other water lily paintings. The use of yellows and light green gives his painting the characteristics of the plant either as the sun was setting or was rising.
Rue Saint-Honore by Camille Pessarro. This vertically oriented canvas depicts an urban street scene, specifically a large square at the intersection of two avenues, painted from an elevated viewpoint. The long avenue in the left side of the composition recedes sharply into the distance, framed on either side by tall, multi-storied buildings with street-level storefronts. In the right foreground, a fountain is positioned in the middle of the square on a paved circular base planted with tall trees. A tall street lamp on a smaller circular base is positioned just in front of the fountain. In the right middle ground, a band of Haussmann-style Parisian buildings stretches horizontally across the composition.
Haystack is the common English title for a series of Impressionist paintings by Claude Monet. This series is among Monet's most notable work. The largest Haystack collections are held at the Musée d'Orsay and Musée Marmottan Monet in Paris, and in the Art Institute of Chicago. Other collection includes the Museum of Fine Arts, Boston, the Metropolitan Museum and Museum of Modern Art in New York, the National Museum of Western Art in Tokyo. The Art Institute of Chicago collection includes 6 of the 25 Haystacks.
The Japanese Bridge. The Japanese bridge immerses us in physical experience of being in the garden, with the bands of the blue bridge suspended like a canopy near the top of the canvas and no sky to be seen. The water of billowing foliage filled this wall filled, immersing the viewer in the verdant, brightly decorated water ups. Cold blue and green tones predominate but are balanced by the pink, cold blue, and green tones predominant, but are balanced by the pink, white, and yellow lilies floating in complex pattern across the surface of the water from near to far. Controlled vertical dabs of paint define the sparkling greenery and its fleeting reflection in the water, while the more fluid lilies are redried and with brand textured horizontal stroke that emphasizes the shared physicality of the past and the landscape.